I don't know your past, but I do know you have one. You and I are alike. Both of us have experienced hurts and disappointments in our lives. And while those experiences are long gone, they continue to haunt us, often on a daily basis. And although our experiences differ, I'm sure that you reacted as I did. You allowed those experiences to define you in your own mind, feeling some way that you were unworthy, feeling in some way that you are less than whole. Well, I know what it's like to be stuck in the past, and I am living proof that regardless of your age or experiences, it is never too late to heal. For over 5 decades, I allowed my childhood abuse to determine my self-worth, to rule my thoughts and beliefs about myself. I believed I was unworthy and would never be good enough. But that all changed the day I adopted a little brown-eyed dog named Baby. When I learned that Baby had been abused, I just knew we were meant to be together. I also knew that I was to help her overcome her abuse. I had no way of knowing that she would return the favor and help me heal. I put all of my efforts and energy into helping her. It was my way of not having to deal with my own feelings of inadequacy. You know, for years, I begged God to take the burden of my past. But I was so busy talking, I never took the time to listen or wait for the answer. Instead, I listened to that self-destructive, self-critical voice in my head that told me I was no good and never would be. I was certain that it spoke the truth, so certain that I busied myself from morning till night, surrounding myself with noise and activities. It took a little dog to get me to finally slow down. It took this little dog Baby to teach me about my own goodness. You know, from the very first day that Baby came into my life, she sat with me and I would stroke her and tell her, "You're a good dog. You didn't deserve the abuse." Months passed until I realized that my words of comfort for her was really a way of trying to comfort that little girl in me, that child in me that had been harmed, trying to convince her that she had not deserved the abuse, that she too was good. Well, Baby had a funny habit. She sat behind me as I ate breakfast. And if you've ever had a pet, you know what it's like to have hair all over you. Well, one morning I got up and my black slacks were just coated with her hair. And I began to brush off. And in doing so, I realized that like Baby, I too needed to shed the old. I too needed to let go. But instead of going outside myself, as had been my habit, I sat in the quiet stillness with Baby at my side. And it was her presence that gave me that courage to search within, to look within for answers. And what I learned was that my healing was not dependent on anyone else doing or saying anything. And my healing was not dependent on me changing my surroundings or my circumstances or even my relationships. My healing rested solely on my reclaiming my own inner power. And in the process, I rediscovered God's love for me. A love that was inside me all along, but that I had long forgotten. And over time, I learned to accept and love myself in spite of my experiences. Well, when it comes to holding on to the past, you and I are not unique. Everyone holds on from time to time. At one of my workshops, a young man in his 40s came up to me and said that he had been bullied in high school. He went on to explain how the football players used to tease him. For 25 years, he's held on to that. For 25 years, like me, he had forgotten his own power. And then I got an email from a woman in her 60s who said that after reading my book, Holy Pause, she realized that she had been trying her whole life to earn her father's love. You see, from the time she was a little girl, he said, "I do not love you." And after reading the book, she realized that she could learn to love herself, that she could heal. Imagine what it would feel like to really know that you are perfect just as you are. Imagine what it would feel like to know that you truly love yourself. It's not too late. You can begin this day. Take a few moments to quiet yourself. Go within and rediscover that healing power, that wisdom that resides in you. Allow it to surface. And in this process, you may discover your own unique way to heal. You will reclaim your own power, and you will learn to love yourself. Remember, you are worth it.